So down in the holding area, the cars are getting ready to venture onto the circuit as part of the 70th anniversary celebrations, and this is the Macau Grand Prix 70th anniversary challenge, which effectively is the Macau Road Sport Challenge, but for the top 15 drivers out of the two groups. Now, the Macau Road Sport Challenge this year has changed a little bit. It's gone from being a sort of catch-all saloon car category to being only for the Subaru BRZ and Toyota GR86 models. Very tightly policed, they're sort of Group N, production saloon spec cars. And the entry level has been so great over the course of the season, where they race at Zhuhai and one or two other circuits in China, that they are seeded into two groups. And if you do really well in, say, Group B, you can come up to Group A, and if you're doing really badly in Group A, you could drop down to Group B. There's that sort of relegation zone. But then how on earth do you accommodate everybody over the Macau Grand Prix weekend where space on the track is limited? Well, the solution was that the drivers in Group A and Group B that were 15th or lower would race, 16th or lower would race last week in the Road Sport Challenge, and those in the top 15 in the two groups would be in the Road Sport Challenge badge, the anniversary challenge, this weekend. And so that is what we have. These are therefore the real guns, and we look forward to seeing in this qualifying session exactly who is going to come out on top. Adrian Chung has been the driver to beat out of Group A, and indeed was very, very quick yesterday. He was fastest in FP2. And Lo Pak Yu, who was third in the second of the practice sessions yesterday, has been the driver out of the other group in the championship. He was fastest in FP1. He has been the other driver to beat over the course of the season, and indeed Lo Pak Yu took 2 wins and Adrian Chung 2 wins as well. Flag show, everybody heads out. Very busy grid of these cars. And session now underway. And so this is going to sort out the grid for tomorrow's first race for the road sport cars. There are more Toyotas than Subarus, and if you haven't seen the cars yet, if you didn't join the live stream yesterday, one thing immediately apparent is, because they're very standard, you know exactly when a driver is doing a heavy brake because the hazard lights come on like it's doing an emergency stop. But they're quite spectacular cars, and it's a really good way of rewarding the local drivers who have kept the event going, of course, for the last 3 years with their own brace of races over the course of the 2 weekends. Why is it 2 weekends? Because it is an anniversary year, 70 years since that. Drivers to keep an eye on. He runs the RPM racing team that operates the car, and so the drivers from yesterday, Adrian Chung and Lo Pak Yu, will be now fighting not for the top time in a free practice session, but pole position for the first of the 2 races. So an outlap set to be completed. These drivers being a bit more canny, they're giving themselves a bit more space rather than tripping over each other.
Which is a really sensible thing to do, isn't it? It's the first time that we've had, of course, just these Toyota GR86s and Subaru BRZs here at Macau. We saw them for the first time last weekend, 2 weekends. We celebrate the 70th Macau Grand Prix. Every decade, Macau put on 2 weekends of racing as opposed to 1 4-day meeting. So we've had an extra chunk of activity on circuits this year, and very welcome. First time we've seen the cars, they immediately looked well suited to the gear circuits, and you've been making the point that these cars are pretty close to road-going versions of the cars, with various features. That's one of them that you'll have on your road car.
Yes, I touched on that a moment ago, but it does show who's pressing on. You know they're going quickly because they have to do a harder brake, and that's evinced by the lights. That was Lei Kit Meng, number 7. Who was only 7th in his group in the championship, so he didn't really excel this year. But he'll be a man to watch here. Adrian Chung, then, with 2 race wins in the 8-race championship, is on a flying lap. And half an hour does give them a lot of track time, doesn't it, here, to sort themselves out, to try to find the space and to get into a rhythm before they have to really put everything on the line and go for a time.
They were albeit a different group of these cars last weekend, but they were they raced well, actually. They raced really well together.
Yeah.
And, it was a great addition, and what a nice thing for them to be announced as the 70th anniversary challenge. A great title for them to be competing here, because these cars, the Motorsports cars, have been very much part of the events over the course of the years, giving us some great racing as well.
And for this, the fact that you've got the 2 group champions, Adrian Chung and Loh Pak Yew, going toe-to-toe, he's going to give us a good race. And Loh Pak Yew is, at the moment, slightly quicker than Adrian Chung, because he's done 2 absolute best in the sectors then. That is Adrian Chung, number 11, who drives the very rapid Group A winning class car. Loh Pak Yew in the 778 Autosport entry, won Group B, and just to prove how evenly matched they are, not only are they the individual group champions, but they've also had 2 race wins apiece as well. So the clock ticks on down. Adrian Chung heading up now towards Moorish and turning his way towards Donna Maria, having managed to shake off all the traffic. Having said how busy a grid it was, we've barely seen anybody else. They've all managed to find themselves a reasonable amount of space and hustling on here down to the Macau hairpin. Adrian Chung is about to hit the brakes, try and thread his way through the hairpin, which he does now. Just lets the back of the car wag a little bit, and he's benefited most perhaps from a clear road, because behind Mo Chi Fai is Loh Pak Yew there, and that means that he's got himself slightly boxed in traffic. Mo Chi Fai, the red car, no, tell you a lie, it is 33 of Damon Chan, who is ahead of Loh Pak Yew.
Adrian Chung on this first flying lap goes overall best in sectors 3 and 4. So car number 11 on course to put in the benchmark time here for Adrian Chung, the number 11 Toyota. It's the 33 car of Damon Chan. Damon going well yesterday in free practice 2, finishing up 2nd in the order at the end of their 2nd free practice session. And it is the benchmark time now for Adrian Chung, 2:48.2. And that's the time that everybody else can aim for, 2:49. 0.029 for Loh Pak Yew in 2nd place in car 99.
But he's on his toes, isn't he? He's trying to get past Damon Chan there as they head through Reservoir, and Damon Chan gets all sideways and cuts across the front of Loh Pak Yew, but he managed to hang on to a big slide. Big drama for Damon Chan, and Loh Pak Yew didn't lift for a second, did he? He just kept his foot planted, got round the dramas, and he's gained track position out of all of that, but that was close.
I reckon he can breathe again now, goes up towards San Francisco, and that was quite a moment, wasn't it? Goodness me, the cars that are currently 2nd and 3rd after 1 flying lap, almost having a very tricky moment out on circuit. Loh Pak Yew is the yellow machine, the number 99 machine we're looking at. Loh Pak Yew from Hong Kong in the Toyota. A moment avoided there, down towards Teddy Ip, the left hand of the wall on the left-hand side. Teddy Ip with so much history here at Macau from the very early days of this becoming the event that it is now. It has grown over the 70 years in the history of the Macau Grand Prix. I wonder if they knew back then just how much of a global event this would grow into 70 years later.
Because initially the idea was to have it as a sort of tour around the island for people that like motor cars, and then somebody said, hey, why don't we have a race? Well, the rest is history.
Here's a good idea. Yeah.
And I'll be glad they did for choosing this circuit. Bit of a twitch there from Lo Pak Yu's car. So his first flying lap, 0.7 of a second down on Adrian Chung. The first sector, not an improvement on this lap from Lo Pak Yu, but despite the fact he had a sliding car ahead of him, he did an absolute best in the second.
Yep, absolute best in the second sector for Lo Pak Yu. Car number 99 threads the eye of a needle through the Macau hairpin, down the hill, down through Black Sands, on towards the Fisherman's right-hander, Fisherman's Bend, our bend being the final turn. A little bit of dust kicked up there on the run down towards Fisherman's. And the 99 car turns through the corner. No, it's not dust, is it?
It's gone smoky.
It's smoke.
So is that going to be bound for the pit lane? Lo Pak Yu will be looking at the dials, and if he feels anything is wrong, well, the sector times suggest all is well, because he's been doing personal bests. He can try and wring one more lap out of it, but there is the smoke again as he accelerates. A little bit of a cough anyway, so the smoke comes out of the back. He breaks the beam, he goes second fastest. Didn't improve in the last sector. There is the man that has gone quicker again, Adrian Chung, 2:47.363. Now, what were they doing yesterday, Alan, in free practice? 2:47.
2:47.034
yeah, that was the
quickest time.
Yeah, so we're comparable to yesterday.
We can shave a couple of tenths off. We're early on in this session. We are only 10 minutes into a half-an-hour session, and as you say, David, we've got every opportunity to make the most of this 30 minutes. If things keep on running, you can even get the opportunity, if you need to adjust a tyre pressure or two at a halfway point during this session. Car number 7, that's Lei Kit Meng. But yesterday we were saying we expected to be maybe a little bit further up the order, just getting past, just squeezing through past Mochi Fai in the number 2 car. And Adrian Chung is not backing off. 2:47.3 is the target time for everybody else at the moment, but Adrian Chung has just put in an overall best sector in sector 2, 31.173 in that period in sector 2. So Adrian Chung very much the one to aim for at the moment. Top of the times, Lo Pak Yu is second, Damon Chan is third, Chan Chi Ha is fourth, Lei Kit Meng is sixth, is fifth rather, and in sixth place is the number 20 car of Chan Chi Man. 2:47.363 is the target time for everybody else. This the 99 car in second place of Lo Pak Yu. We were worried about those slightly more than puffs of smoke from the back of the car. I'm not sure he is, although these lap times are not personal bests by any stretch of the imagination.
No, you're right, it's all sort of ebbed away on this lap, hasn't it?
For Lo Pak Yu it has.
Yeah, which makes me think that he is being a bit more reserved. That's Lei Kit Meng, who started the lap okay, but now his car's lost a little bit of pace as well. I wonder whether anything to do with that smoke being belched out of the back of Lo Pak Yu's car is on the road.
Yeah.
Make it's just a little bit more slippery. Let's see whether he comes in, because even Adrian Chung isn't improving, and he's back right off, hasn't he, now?
No one really is improving in any of the first 3 sectors on this lap. Chan Chi Ha is an exception, because personal best in sectors 1, 2 and 3 for the 25 car. Chan Chi Ha in 4th place at the moment. Into pit lane we're going now, and I wonder if the circuit is not quite as they would wish. This is Lo Pak Yu, number 99, second at the moment. And that last time was, oh, so it was Adrian Chung that had come into pit lane that time.
Lo Pak Yu carrying on though, surprisingly, perhaps.
The last lap was a 2:53 for Lo Pak Yu, and Lo Pak Yu's best time was a 2:48. That's some 5 seconds slower on that last lap. And then, right, okay, let's not worry then, goes overall best in sector 1. So maybe not anything to worry about for Lo Pak Yu's car. And lo and behold, some more getting in the best personal sectors, personal bests over the gear circuit, 6.1 kilometre circuit. Number 81, Hu Zhou Liang, in the Team Prospect Subaru, goes 5th. Good improvement that. 2:51.4. Carson Tang gets involved as well now. We're waiting for that car to come up the order. Carson Tang in car 48 goes 6th.
He had an off up the escape road yesterday, but finished 5th in the championship in his group. So again, he's got good pace, as there is number 48, Carson Tang, then, in his Team Master Champ GR86. And Lo Pak Yu has done 2 absolute bests on his next lap. He's trying to find over a second. Another car backing right off there, number 25, Chin Chi Ha. Another very colourful entry to the Road Sport Challenge this year, but he's on a slow lap with his GR86. Lo Pak Yu losing time in sector 3, but largely at the moment, and we're almost halfway, the anniversary challenge drivers showing TCR China what are meant to do around here.
I was about to say, yeah, this is uninterrupted good running from the Macau Grand Prix 70th anniversary challenge cars, the Toyotas and the Subarus. And in the sunshine, you see just how bright it is. It was a bit overcast yesterday, but the weather today, although chilly and only about to get up to a maximum of 20 degrees, it's blowy, it's chilly, and we have blue skies and sunshine. Just looking at the trees over on the other side of the paddock, and they really are dealing against the wind. Very gusty today.
But of course, with 6 kilometres of a spread of track, the wind may not be the same all the way around. This is Lo Pak Yu, 2 absolute bests, 2 slower sectors, and the net result as he comes across the timing line is that he goes quickest, 2:47.184. He's only by a 10th, but he's found a big chunk of time to do that. So Lo Pak Yu up to the top of the times in number 99, double race winner this year in the Road Sport Challenge, the actual championship that seeds you into which of the 2 weekends here on the gear circuit.
And found those chunks of times predominantly in the first 2 sectors of the circuit, because sectors 3, 4 and 5 weren't even an improvement on his own personal best in those sectors, but an overall best in sectors 1 and 2 all adds up. We have a new provisional pole sitter, 2:47.184 for Lo Pak Yu. Adrian Chung is in the pit lane.
He is, and he's still there, sitting it out. Chan Chi Ha is up to 3rd now, number 25. So I think we've just seen the following lap, hadn't we? When he was going slowly, he'd done the time. That means that Damon Chan is down to 4th. 5th is 81 of Hugh Zhouling.
Adrian Chung on pit out now, so on the outlap from pit lane for Adrian Chung in car number 11 in 2nd place. Top of the times yesterday in free practice 2 at the end of yesterday afternoon. 2:47.034 was the time yesterday in free practice. 2:47.184 is the provisional pole time at the moment, so there are more tenths in this.
Yeah, for sure. Chan Chi Ha, that's 3rd, was fined for not going to the driver's briefing the other day, but he's delivering in the car right enough as the next pair battle down towards us, including the heavy braking number 66 of So Yang Hong. Goes through, back onto the power, and where is number 66 in the times? 12th at the moment, as up the hill goes number 11. So Adrian Chung has gone back out again, and now sees what he can do about finding 0.180 of a second to get himself back to the top of the times.
Lo Pak Yu is quickest, 2:47.184 for the 99 car. Adrian Chung is 2nd in car number 11 at 2:47.363, so 0.179 of a second between the 2 of them. Chan Chi Ha is 3rd, car 25. Damon Chan is 4th, and car number 72 is Leung Keng Hei in the Spark Racing Toyota. And where is Lei Kit Meng? Just looking for that car. It still isn't right the way up at the sharp end, is it?
No.
It's not bad, but it's not where we would expect somebody with so much experience and so much success here at Macau to be.
No, you're right. Just dropped to 8th. Leung Keng Hei, as you say, up to 5th fastest. He's another driver that's gone well in his group. 3rd in Group B in the championship. That's the group that was won by Lo Pak Yu. So we know he should have good pace, and 12.5 minutes are on the clock for this qualifying period. So there is Lo Pak Yu, and he is into the pit lane as number 2 of Mo Chi Fai, double race winner this year Now, where is he in the time? 12. Ought to be higher up than that. 33, Damon Chan. And he was second in Group B in the championship with 2 race victories as well. So again, a quick ride for Damon Chan.
So that's the car you're looking at, second in the picture. The first car is currently 12th position, that's Mochi Fai. And number 2 just moves over to the right-hand side to allow Damon Chan through. Damon Chan currently 3rd, gets ahead of Mochi Fai in car number 2. And now sets up for, is this going to be another attempt at putting in a quick and meaningful lap? Damon Chan last time did a personal best 2:47.955, and Damon, nope, moving out and allowing Mochi Fai back through on the run down towards the right-hander at Lisboa. Tight on exit that corner, then onto San Francisco, up San Francisco Hill. They will go onto the tight, twisty, hilly section of the circuit. Past the hospital, on towards the left and the right at Maternity. It's the 93 car of Mo Kwok Hong, 778 Autosport Toyota.
Another race winner this year as well, Mo Kwok Hong. So again, he should be up there, shouldn't he? And
really
pressing
isn't.
on, but no, it's not happening for him at the moment. He's 16th. That was a patchy lap. Good sector, bad sector, good sector, bad sector. And he's already bailed out of the next lap as well, look, because he's on a slow run. And the hazard lights are on deliberately now. That's not because he's done a heavy break. That's because he's
yeah.
saying to people, I'm going slowly and keeping out of the way. So the teammate to Lo Pak Yu, but he's making his way down towards Lisboa somewhat sedately.
So Lo Pak Yu is topping the times and is in pit lane, 2:47.1.
This has drama written all over it, doesn't it?
It's got race written all over
well,
it.
indeed. Little battle pack arriving, headed by Rui Valente. We'll cut away from that just because it might be safer. And 5.96, Chen Kin Sang heading up through Moorish now, heading up the hill in one of the Subarus. So similar shape to the GR86. And there aren't as many of the BLZ Subarus as there are the Toyotas on the grid, but the Subaru adding welcome variety. 2 big rivals for the same slice of the pie in terms of car sales in this neck of the woods are Toyota and Subaru, and these are their equivalent sort of entry-level sports car models.
It's about half a dozen Subarus, isn't there, entered into the Macau Grand Prix 70th anniversary challenge. Loads of brightly coloured liveries. This is a big event for these drivers coming from Hong Kong, China, from Macau and from China mainland as well. And all of them do focus their attentions on getting these cars absolutely perfect and beautifully presented. They get plenty of extra sponsors on the car for this weekend as well. Not surprisingly, they get global transmission to focus their attentions over the course of this weekend. So I would say quite a good opportunity to get local sponsors. Chen Kin Sang coming into pit lane in the 96 car, currently 5th. Damon Chan 3rd, car 33. And Adrian Chung has put in an overall best in sector 3 on this, just the outlap from, just the first of the flying laps after the outlap from pit lane, and goes overall best in sector 5, just completed for this car. Number 11, Adrian Chung, still only good at the moment for second.
So that lap from Adrian Chung, 2 absolute bests, but not being able to improve it. So odd lap, really. Really good bits, and 3/5 of it, not as good. So he ends up going slightly slower and still adrift of Lo Pak Yu in the qualifying order. Damon Chan for 3rd has pitted. Chan Chi-ha down to 4th, but he's on track. Chen Kin Sang, then also number 72 of Lin Keng Hei and Lu Long Yin. They are all in the pit lane. 8th fastest is 81, which is Hu Zhuoliang. And Lei Kit Meng tumbling to 9th now, just ahead of Carlson Tang. So it's sort of unravelling a bit, isn't it, now for Lei Kit Meng? Much to his great annoyance, no doubt. There, number 20 is Action Chan, another of the Wacos back cars.
Lo Pak Yu is coming out of pit lane now, so heading out from pit lane with a time of 2:47.184. So Lopak Yu, top of the times. We've got 7 minutes and a half, just under, of the session remaining. Adrian Chung is second. Damon Chan is third. Chan Chi-ha is fourth. Chen Kin Sang is fifth. And Leung Keng Hei is in sixth place. Adrian Chung has again put in the overall best in the middle sector. Adrian doing well in that particular sector. 2 consecutive laps now with purple in sector 3. And Lopak Yu is on the out lap from pit lane. So just under 7 minutes of this session remains.
And they've been exemplary, haven't they? They haven't done anything silly. I don't even think we've had a car at the escape road. So they've done a really good job here, the local drivers, as Carlson Tang comes up towards the timing line. 10th he is, and that lap is not an improvement, despite a couple of good sectors, improved sectors, but not an improved lap time. So he goes through. Carlson Tang, having been 5th in his group in the championship. Big flash of the lights at the traffic there to say, come on, I'm in a hurry here. Out of my way, please. Lei Kit Meng has gone 5th. Look behind him.
And Adrian Chung has put in 2 overall best sectors now, sector 3 and sector 4, just waiting for sector 5 to be completed by the car that is currently in second place.
Interesting this, because he did 2 absolute bests in sectors on the previous lap, but these are different sectors. So what he got right last time, he hasn't got as good, but he's improved and goes fastest this time around by over a second. 2 minutes 46.182. You're looking at Lei Kit Meng going down towards Lisboa, but we've got a new pole position driver, and it's Adrian Chung.
Adrian Chung with a 2:46.182, top of the times, just under 6 minutes remain. Lopak Yu is on the out lap from pit lane, so warming up the car once again after a brief amount of time down in pit lane. We did say at the start, if this goes according to plan, then they would get the opportunity to come into pit lane, have a bit of a change of tyre pressures, a bit of a check over of the car, and then get to go back out on circuit. And that is exactly what Lopak Yu has done. So Lopak Yu in second place in car number 99. Adrian Chung is top of the times, 2:46.182, and we've got just over 5 minutes of the session remaining.
One of the other drivers, Alan, that we get used to seeing at Macau every year, Rui Valenti, number 1. And he's having an absolute nightmare as well, because he's only 24th in the times. Now,
wow.
That suggests that it's a car issue, certainly not lack of track knowledge.
It certainly does.
But Rui Valenti, I have visions of him in very quick minis, always being, you know, in the leading group in the days when the Road Sport Challenge was multi-mark, but he's having a really torrid time, isn't he?
He's had up weekends and down weekends in his long history here at the Macau Grand Prix, but yeah, certainly expect that car to be way further up, certainly on the top screen, which for us includes the top 13 cars. Adrian Chung, no doubt about that, is top of the times, 2:46.182. Quickest time in free practice 2 yesterday was a 2:47.034, so we've eclipsed that by about a second, which is good news. Adrian Chung, top of the times, and this lap seems to be an eased off lap, I reckon.
Yep, work done. Just let the tyres and the brakes have a breather, but really with 4 minutes to go, he might be sitting pretty there. Lopak Yu is still out on track, but his last lap was an out lap, so he's picking up the pace again, but even in the first sector of his next one, he's not going any quicker. So Adrian Chung might have done enough, and we've got a car in the wall. It is Chan Chi-ha, big damage to the front of it, and that is going to be a red flag to stop qualifying with 3 3/4 minutes to go, and it may not be resumed. So Adrian Chung's lap time done absolutely at the right time, but Chan Chi-ha, then the man that's 4th in the times, has been the only driver in the session to blot his copybook, and there's quite a lot of frontal damage.
And I think I detected quite a bit of fluid being dropped on the circuit underneath the car as well. That's not good news. Chan Chi-ha was 4th. Chan Chi-ha had put in a time of 2:49.564, and what a shame. And I was just about to say, haven't they been good? Haven't they been textbook? And then, unfortunately, a very nasty crash into the barriers for Chan Chi-ha. The session is not going to be resumed.
No surprise, with only 3 3/4 minutes to go. So that's it, and that's the point I was making. Adrian Chung timed it absolutely right. Little did he know, we might have a replay of what happened to Chan Chi-ha. So having been fined for missing the driver's briefing earlier on in the weekend, now I'm afraid to say that he's got even bigger problems with a rather crumpled car for the team to sort out. Summer Chan, as he is known. And that car needing quite a lot of work to make it good again. So back they will come, and Adrian Chung celebrating then that pole position from No Pack U, with Damon Chan third in the times, fourth, but now with this rather damaged car, Summer Chan, ahead of Hugh Zhouling and Lei Kit Meng sixth. Seventh, Chan Kin Sang, ahead of Leung Keng Hei and Liu Ying Ven. 10th, Carsten Tang for Team Master Champ. And then it was, following him, Action Chan from Mochi Phi, one of a number of drivers you might have anticipated to be higher up. Su Yang Hong next from Kotim Tak, and then Yu Leung 15th, Mo Kwok Hung 16th from number 86 of Duncan Leung. Aaron Kwong next, and 19th and 20th, Fung Kin Leung and Wan Ka Hong, with Rui Valente only 23rd, and the one at the foot of the times being Gerald Lau, which is a bit of a surprise because he was 9th in his group in the championship, but Gerald Lau has struggled a little bit all weekend. But Adrian Chung taking pole position then for the Macau Grand Prix 70th Anniversary Challenge.